Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to UV map a weapon. I'm gonna tell you right now, the way I'm doing it probably isn't the best. There's probably better ways to do it. I'm not really taking a lot of time to do this proper, but I get it done quick. Anyways, what UV mapping is basically taking a 3D model, splitting it apart, and turning it into a two-dimensional image, basically, and that maps where one pixel on a texture is going to go on the model. It's basically that's just how you texture. It determines where everything lines up. Um, yes, and anyways, this one we got. Let's see. I think this one is set up with different materials. Oh no, it's just okay. So the hands, those are already done. We don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna hide those. All right, and you see the sight thingy that is red. It's a different material than the rest. That's fine. That's gonna be on a separate layer anyways. So, all right, first we're gonna start. Well, I'm gonna flip the normals on these because they apparently are backwards. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take extra window right here, turn it to UV image editor. And this, I've already UV mapped it, but I mean, all I gotta do is push U, unwrap, and there we go. It's mapped. So we don't really need to worry about this anymore. Okay, the basic process is pretty much just marking out a bunch of edges to mark as a seam where it gets cut apart, and then just push U to unwrap it and pack it all in a thing. All right, I'm going to start out. There's a text right here already. This is not what we need. So I'm going to start by doing new image. This is pretty much what I do for any of them. And do UV grid or color grid. Either one is useful. And I'll put that to 2048. There we go. Alright, so now we'll go to... Normally you're not going to see this, like this one I already just did probably Smart UV Project, which is good for just getting a simple ambient occlusion texture on it, but it's not going to be good enough for what we need. And actually, just to kind of demonstrate a point, I'm going to scale these all down, and you can see as I scale down, the scale of the grid changes too. So I'm going to scale them to 0. You're going to have a pretty similar setup when if you don't UV map something anyways. Alright, and the goal is to make sure all the textures on the square look roughly even. And not distorted and all that. So we go to this view, and I'm just going to pick a piece and just start working with it. Let's see, okay, that's a single piece. I'm just going to hide that, hide everything. Alright, and basically, like, you got 90-degree edges. Those are a good spot to mark a seam. Same here. Okay, Control E and do mark seam. Alright, and you'll see red lines here. If you can change away what you want. So you can do that. Just sharp edges. That'll pretty much override any seams. You just want to turn that off for the time being. All right, I'm going to show you what happens when you. Well, let me remove all the edges and show you what happens when I push U, unwrap, and you see this distorted mess. Absolutely not useful for what we need. All right, so we'll take these. Hit Control E, mark seam, then I'll select it all, unwrap, and you see we're closer to actually having something pretty good. It's not good yet, but see right here the problem, because there's no real good way to unwrap that from here. That's actually some weird geometry too, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark these right here. Control E, mark seam. So that's we want to get that interior one separate from the rest, so it's not trying to somehow fold everything else flat with that. Control mark seam. So then try unwrapping it, and we'll see we're getting a lot better there. Now this is what's handy: is go to face select mode, select the face, and hit Control L, and it'll, by default it'll select everything that's in that marked what's called an island. That basically the seams all isolate this from everything else, which is, I mean, you want to have, you don't want to have too many different islands just because it makes texturing kind of weird, but you know, you want to keep things separate so it lays flat. And let's see what we got looking on here. All right, let's see. Select this. Okay, so, all right. This is still connected to this for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I think we got weird geometry going on. If I had to guess. Let me hide that. Not sure what's going on at the moment. Okay. Oops. Oh. Alright, well, I don't need these anymore. They're already unwrapped and they're good. Okay, so let's take a look, see what's going on here. Alright, here we go. We see we got, yeah, we got some weird faces going on here. Okay. I'm going to start by hitting Control T to triangulate them. Okay, good. Select that one. Control E, rotate edge clockwise. Oh, maybe that won't work. Alright, I don't know what's going on yet. Interesting. Okay, so we got some weird intersecting faces here. Or intersecting edges, at least. I don't know exactly. Alright, so it looks like that edge right there does not need to exist. So, our face. Delete that face. Yeah, we're just going to delete all the faces in this general area. Faces. We'll delete that too. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Okay. So I'm going to take this, we'll push F, and we've made a new face. That and that, push F, we got a new face. Okay. Oops. Push F. Oops. Alright, so that should be a little bit cleaner. See what happens when I select this. Alright, now just that's selected. Alright, let's see what happens when we try and unwrap that. And you see it's a mess because it's one continual loop. We need to split that loop so it'll actually just be like just lay flat. Control E, mark sharp. Oops, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to mark sharp. See, unfortunately, if you mark sharp, you gotta turn that back off again so you can see what you're doing. Mark seam. There you go. Now let's see what happens when we just unwrap it all. And that's weird. Let's see how it's distorted wise. Yeah, see now. That's a nice looking island there, but then you look at here and it's really kind of distorted. Sometimes that's fine. I think this is fine. This right here looks good. Hide that. sometimes you can get away with that if it's like not a major piece, but this is fairly significant. And again, it's because it's trying to do one continual loop, then ends up putting this on the inside, and it's just weird. Oh, what we're gonna do is we're gonna, let's see, where's the top? Okay, this is the top. So usually what I do is I go for the side, the edge that's going to be less likely to be seen to make a split, because on a texture you can notice where the seams are on a texture. It's not always easy to hide that. So if you can kind of put them out of the way, that's good. And this right here, you're going to be holding it. Oh, okay, this is going to be, yeah, so this is the way it's going to be oriented. No, wait, okay. Here's how it's going to be oriented. So basically, this back corner right here, oh, see, that's wrong. This back corner right here, you're almost never going to be seeing that in most circumstances. So we're just going to take these ones, mark it as a seam, Control L, unwrap, and there we go. Now it all looks nice and pretty. Everything looks even. It looks like the same pattern all across the thing. That's good. That's what you want it to look like. And let me select just all of this material. Shift hide. All right, let me just unwrap it right now, just without doing anything. This is like what you're looking at. Like, I don't know if you're making it from scratch, it may look different from that, but it's going to be equally unusable. Okay, so let's see what this is. This is, all right. Let's do this big old chunk right here. I'm trying to understand geometry here. Okay. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Just gonna kind of hit Control T to turn these into triangles and Alt J to bring them back into squares. Alright, there you go. And squares are just a lot easier to kind of deal with if you can, because you're gonna have nicer seams, generally speaking. All right, so I'm going to take this. I'm gonna hit Control E. Mark seams there. Let's see if those actually turn out. All right. No, not really. That's not very good at all. All right, that's fine. We can adjust. And we'll just Control E, mark seam. Alright, there we go. Those look pretty good. Wait, the top one looks good. Not really. Alright, let's clear those as seams. Let's mark the seams up here. Control E, mark seam. Then we're gonna just split one of these. Alright, that's also very weird. Yeah, we're just gonna separate it. We're just gonna separate components. Alright, so now it's nice and even. I don't know why they're so drastically different in yeah, I don't know. Okay, so those look good. Now we got this thing. What's gonna be the best way to split it? Do we got? Oh, we don't have a. So you guys, as a general rule, as you're modeling, if you got a split right straight down the middle, like just a seam right in the middle, it makes UV mapping just a little bit easier. Cause see, you got these edges right there, straight down the middle. So it's like if it went all the way around, we can just kind of split it in half and call it good. That's not the case here, so let's see what we'll do. Probably split it on these. Alright, so Control E, mark seam. Let's see what we're looking at right there. Alright. Yeah. So. Okay. Let's see. Take that and that. Control E, mark seam. Yeesh. Alright, let's continue it up to that seam. Control E, mark seam. Alright, there we go. And now it's fine. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of distortion there. They're not quite perfectly square, but that really doesn't matter. It's you're not going to see that. That little bit of... That's probably a little more significant right there. It's, let's see, what can I do? Yeah, actually, maybe I'll just do this. Mark seam there. Mark seam there, I guess. Yeah. All right. Mark seam. Let's clear these ones out, so we don't need that split, because it's just going to be one more island that doesn't need to be a separate island, I think. Alright, now, let's try unwrapping it. Okay, here we go. Now, do we have any real distortion going on? Maybe a little bit there, but a little more there, but I think it'll be okay. The biggest thing is, like, I kind of view these as each one of those squares being a pixel, right? And if your pixels are looking all sort of distorted or weirdly sized, it's going to look like that with the texture too. So you want to try and, you know, keep them nice and neat and orderly. And that's... I'm still not really crazy about that. It's kind of like at a skew, but I think it'll work. Let's see what we could possibly do here is do a couple cuts like this, which is going to give it a little more. I'd say this is kind of like if you're making a pattern for sewing or a suit of armor, you can cut out little darts or whatever, which will make it so your flat fabric will, when you join those seams back together, make a nice curve without really causing weird stretching. But there's a whole other discussion on that. But basically, little cuts like that will kind of be like a relief cut almost that makes so it doesn't have to try and distort things nearly as badly. And see, right here, yeah, a little bit of distortion, but that's fine. Done with that. Okay, let's work on this right here. Shift H. Alright. We might have some weird geometry going on here. I don't know why these faces exist. Yeah, see how they're connected with two other faces here. That shouldn't happen, and I don't think they're ever going to be seen. So I'm going to delete those right now. But yeah, one edge should never really be attached to more than two faces. That's just how it should be. And again, that was kind of the problem with the with that first piece we started with. We had a similar thing going on. All right, I'm going to take these. These are just a flat plane right here. Control E, mark seam. That's that. Okay, now for the rest. Yeah, okay, we can just probably just split it right along here. And that actually might be good right there. Let me Control E, mark seam. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Oh, we don't need that to be split. Alright, that's good. So, these are all good right here. Just hide it. Alright, I'm going to just take all these little pieces right here and start working on them. Alright, this is basically just a disc. So we're gonna mark that. Same. We'll split it at the bottom. And then we'll get this right here. Oops. Alright, and we'll grab that right there. Control E. Mark seam. Alright, that looks good. Yep, that one's good. Let's see what this got going on. Oh, okay. Okay, Control E. Mark seam. Alright, Control L, unwrap. And that's that. Okay. What are these looking like? Alright. Let's split it right there. No, that's not good. Alright, we'll split here. Here as well. Alright, that's that. Okay. Mark seam. Unwrap. I missed something. Oh. Alright. Yep, that looks good. These simple blocks like that, you don't have to worry about distortion at all. Okay, do these have end pieces? That's hollow on that side. Alright, cool. So all we gotta do is I accidentally marked some. Oops. Clear seam right now. Alright. Yeah. Alright, Control E, mark seam. Like that. Alright, now before I get too far, one thing you're gonna notice with like all the bits I UV mapped so far is the squares are all different scale. You want them to all be the same scale, but that's not actually much work at all. So I'm going to select them all, hit Control A, that averages them all to be in the same height or same size, relative scale, and Control P right here, and they're all packed. I'll be doing that later. I don't normally do it too much early on unless I need to see something, but just a little bit there. Okay. All right, we'll get rid of this all and hide it, because that's all good. Let's see now. Let's do this one. This one might be a little more involved. Got all those little holes there. Sometimes you can get away with not actually splitting them off, but we'll see. Alright, so let's try that. Mark seam. Oops. Alright, so now. Alright, I'm a bit concerned over how this geometry right here works. Let's just try extracting right now. That's it. Alright, I'm going to... Alright, I'm going to take... Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh man. Alright, so this has got some weird geometry. Weird geometry can make things... Okay, you can see right here, we've probably got multiple faces overlaying each other. I'm gonna remove doubles, see what happens. 0 vertices, great. Yeah, let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Just hide that temporarily. Okay, these ones do not need to exist. Alright. Let's go back to... Alright, now, oops. Okay, yeah. That's more like it. Alright, so... Let's unwrap it right now. Okay, so this is that phase. I think it's probably going to be... Yeah, we're going to have to cut those little bits out. That's fine. Mark seam. Yep, that's probably good enough. Okay. So we got some weird geometry here. Oops. Yeah, that'll be a separate little thing. It's weird. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to this view. Get all these to be little separate islands, because they aren't going to look good otherwise. Mark seam. Let's try it again. Alright, that looks fine. Those little funky. I can deal with that a bit. Alright, let's get to the rest of this stuff. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Mark seam. Oops, I missed something. Oh. Alright. It's looking pretty okay for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. Do this again. That's probably gonna be a mess. What I'm going to do, I'm going to preemptively fix some of these problems. Right there, let's just bring it all the way over there. Right there, we're going to do the same thing, bring it all the way over there. Oops. Remove doubles, there we go. Let's just unwrap it again. Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright, so the only problem we got looks like these little boxes here, which we're just going to select that. Control E, edge rings. Let's select, I should select, yeah, all the corners. Mark seam. It'll just be this flat thing with all the four sides just as separate tabs attached to the middle. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing here. Edge rings. Alright, mark seam. Alright, let's see. How's that look? I don't know why I got the purple texture going on, but alright. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, actually, I will often average out and pack them just so I can quickly see at a glance. Oh yeah, they're all ready to get processed later, or they're already done. Oh, interesting piece here. Okay, we'll do this. See, that's gonna be iffy, but let's start with this mark seam. Alright, let's okay, yeah, that'll work. Just have these separate. Control E, mark seam. Before I get too far, I want to see how is that layout. I don't know. Is that this? Looks kind of, yeah, connected at all. It's oh, okay, yes, this is this right here. No bueno. Okay. Okay. Those faces. Now let's try that again. Oh wait, I got another one here. I got another two see how that unwraps again. Now we're alright, so that looks pretty decent. Like, a little bit of distortion probably, but I think it's fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, so we'll do the same for the other one. Sometimes it's good if you're not really sure how something like that's going to be unwrapped and you got a couple like it, multiple of it. It's always good to just unwrap one first, see what it's going to take to actually get that to look good before you waste your effort doing both and then only to realize it's just not going to work like how you thought it was. Seam. Alright, so there we go. That's probably it. Yeah, that looks fine. Oh. Not fine. And we'll just take that. Mark seam. There you go. That should be fine now. Yep. There we go. That's fine. And it's all just a matter of just kind of making relief cuts until it no longer has to try and distort weirdly in order to make it lay flat. That's really what it comes down to. Alright, let's see. Should unwrap really easy. Yep, that's fine. What's that? I don't know what that is. Okay. What's this? Alright, I don't feel like having a separate couple of islands for this, so what I'm going to keep it all one island, just kind of split up in a way that it makes, yeah, see, there you go. So then this front faces, these fold over, and this wraps around the ring as the ring. Simple. Alright, now this thing, alright, this is an example where you got that central line right there. It's gonna make it kind of nice to split it. Alright. Let's do that. Control E. Mark seam. Then we'll just split it here. Mark seam. Yeah, that's good. And we'll unwrap and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks fine. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up here because there's only so much more I can do just to show you. Like, all I'm doing is just going through it incrementally, piece by piece, and just kind of doing exactly as I'm doing until eventually, let me show you again. Alright, so you got, say, this is, assuming this is all pieces, right? So you select it all, push Control A, that averages them out, push Control P, packs them all together. You may, every once in a while, you may have some weirdly oriented thing, you may have to manually adjust things a little bit, but that right there is going to give you the basics of what you need. Then once this is laid out, you can hit Image, Export UV Layout, name it whatever you want, and you should be good to go. Alright, and that's the basics of that. Alright, thank you.